Howdy, y'all. Today I'm looking at CVS. Let's get to it. Right now, CVS is down $2.79. Now it's $2.81. So that's over a 5.1% drop in the stock today. And just this massive drop. I didn't get in on this drop, and I was considering getting in around this area. It looked like there might have been a little bit of support line right here, but it did bust through that support line and then became a resistance line. Later, about 8:10 this morning, the stock dropped to 52.25, and it looked like a solid bounce that it's had, and has not quite dropped right back down to it. So I put an order at 52.25. So it hits this line. I'm considering having that as a possible support line that it may bounce off of again. But if it doesn't, I'll continue buying. Right now it is at 52.34. So about another 9 cents down, and it will buy, which is wonderful. And just this huge drop, I'm going to back it out so y'all can see how CVS stock has been doing over the past 20 days. It is wonderful. If you go back about 15, 16 trading days ago, we're at the same point. So if you missed out on it, this would be a good entry point, in my opinion. That's why I'm getting in on it. Go back a year. Again, if you missed out on this spot, that's why I'm getting in over here. I've gotten in on several other spots, thinking it might not come back down. I'm really glad it has. So 52.37, still in the general area. It's still in a nice spot to buy for me. I'm going to go to the 5-year chart so y'all can see how it's been doing. It is down. Now, what is the reasoning for this? Market news. The lawmakers in Congress are plotting to force healthcare insurers to sell off pharmacies. So they're trying to break up monopolies, trying to get just to where you're cutting out the middleman, where it's rising costs of medicine, all that stuff, make it better for the consumers. But there's also news that came out today that is about the options market. Now, the reason I'm talking about options, even though I don't trade options, I watch the options market. And specifically for today on CVS, there have been some huge possible moves in the options area. And what that has implications for is it shows who may be thinking something big is going to be happening. And there was one person or one group of persons that made a huge options trade that indicated a very bullish move, And that kind of upswing is what would help if you own stock. And that's why I watch the options market. Even though I don't trade it, it gives you a possible insight of future activity. And CVS had a just huge options trade earlier. So I'm just keeping an eye on that. Going to be keeping an eye on what the analysts are saying, what lawmakers are doing, because all that's playing a role into today's movement. Just big movement to the downside, but hopefully this will go into a movement to the upside. And I will show you all what I mean by that due to the past 180 days. See, there's been big drops, and we see these big drops specifically in a certain day. And this is the 4-hour chart. So each one of these drops is in 4 hours. But also look at some of these upswings. They've been great upswings. They may not be as drastic in such a short duration of time. We have one solid one, another one, couple mixed in here, a few of these. Let me get to the 1-year day. It makes it a little bit easier. So in an entire day, we can see some of these big moves. We've seen some of these drops, such as today, but look at some of these upswings in a day, or several days worth, just 3 days worth. You take 3 of these days in a row, even with a downswing in there, it's wonderful. So it can drop heavily. It takes a little bit longer to recover, but I don't mind that. I don't mind swing trading. It don't have to be day trades. I love these swing trades. You get when it gets down, right back up, sell it. Swings down, up, sell it. On some of these, don't quite expect some of these upswings, but when they get back down, it's perfect timing, in my opinion, to get in for me. So that is what I'm doing. I'm going to get back to the day chart. Today, we can see that there wasn't really too much activity in the early pre-market hours. But once some of these reports started coming out, there were some downswings had early sell-offs, 2 early sell-offs, and that's just people trying to get some of their money back or make a quick profit. But I'm looking to make a little bit more than that. So I'm looking at this line. Hopefully it will get back down to this area, and I will keep y'all updated on how that is going.